My name is Michael, and for those of you that know me, hello. For those of you that don't, hello. I am doing a motorcycle camping trip. I'm heading to the North Norfolk coast, so I decided I would document it. And I was going to start with a quick equipment check. I thought I'd do a little bit of an intro. Really. So I thought I'd put this video on YouTube. I've got a channel, but it's only for, I make little videos for like memories and stuff, and a lot of it isn't for the public, but this one is the first one that I was thinking of doing for the public to see. So I'm in no ways an experienced camper. I've been on a few expeditions on the bike. I've been to Scotland, Wales. I've been around the Lincolnshire Wolds recently, and I am heading to Norfolk. So I thought I'd go through my setup, to be honest. So I'm not one of those that's going to spend a fortune on the latest equipment, and I watch a lot of YouTube videos on motorcycle camping, and you tend to find a lot of people say, you need this product, you need to buy that, you need this. I don't think you do. I don't think you need to spend a lot on your camping stuff, and without foregoing a lot of luxuries. I still think you can have the luxuries and not have to spend a lot. So, I mean, as long as you've got a bit of common sense about you and a bit of ingenuity, I can't see me having a problem. So I'm going to be going to Norfolk for 2 nights, 3 days, and then heading back inland after that. So, like I said, I'm not an experienced camper, so in no way am I telling anybody or giving any advice. All I can do is document what I'm doing. So the first thing I think you should do, make a list. That's the most important. Go through everything in your head. Check everything off as you are packing it. So the thing about motorcycle camping is that yes, your bike might be able to carry the weight, but storage, where you're going to put it. We'll go through that later. But for the minute, I'm just going through a basic equipment check. I'll show you what I've got. There we go. So it's not actually an amazing amount of stuff. So I've got food. Go through food later. Cooking equipment. Go through that later. Sleeping system. Now I have 2 different options available to me. That there's my tent. That is a standard airbed. I've used that, but if I'm going to use that, I have to use this also, which goes underneath as a separate thermal lining, which goes underneath, especially if you are camping in colder weathers, which I tend to do. So what I've done is, I mean, the thing about the airbeds are they can go down, which has happened to me. In the middle of the night, they've burst, or you've got a bad seam in one. And it goes flat, you end up sleeping on the floor, and you can feel the cold in your spine is not pleasant. It doesn't make for a good night's sleep. So there is that. Now, if you do take the airbed and the thermal lining, you also need to take a pump. Electricals, I tend to take stuff that don't require batteries, like my air pump. You charge it with the micro USB. All of my camera equipment that I'm going to take all charge as micro USB. Torch, again, you don't have to spend a lot. And if you use your brain, especially if you're wild camping, I take lights off a push bike, front and back. Reason being, they charge with the USB. Micro USB cable, so you don't need batteries for it. You click it, your front light, you click it, and it turns the night into day. You can see everything. whereas your rear light is a little red light. It creates a little red glow. Now, if you are wild camping and you are doing a little bit of stealth camping, the red glow, hang that up in your tent, you turn it on, it gives you enough light to be able to see. Now, if you get out of your tent with the light on, you can't see that light because it is quite dim. But it just gives you enough light to be able to see what it is you're doing, which I think is pretty cool, pretty clever. Yeah, if you're wanting to keep a low profile, that's always handy. Right, what was I saying? So my second option for my sleeping system, the airbed, I don't like it. Too many things can go wrong. So I invested in this. Boosh. Right then, it's a little camping cot. There you go. Cost me 20 quid from the Range. 19.99 from the Range. It's a pretty good piece of kit. 2 poles. 1, 2, and then your little legs. It's pretty simple. Takes a few minutes to put up. Not an issue. It's not gonna go flat. So, and also it comes in a convenient bag which also carries my tarp king poles. That's a part of my tent system. You'll see that later. And if I take this, I don't have to take that, which is handy. My tent, that's wrapped up in a little ground sheet. I take the extra ground sheet. My tent comes in 2 parts. It's an outer skin and an inner skin. And if it doesn't sit quite right on the ground, you get a gap between the floor and your tent. Lets in a bit of cold air. So what I do is I put my tent up, my outer skin, that goes on the floor and folds in to each side, and the inner skin traps it in, forms more of a seal. Sort of works. But this is all of my kit that I'm taking. It's not an excessive amount. It's not an excessive amount. Let's have a look. So my clothes, water. All I do, especially wild camping, you don't have any facilities to clean your pots. So all I do is boil water. Boil water in that, pour it into that, seal it, 10 minutes, and you've got yourself hot pot. Or Expedition Breakfast is nice. What's this one? Pasta carbonara and a vegetable hot pot. So yes, they are quite good, those. But all you have to do is boil water. So that means you've sanitized your pan. You don't have to clean it. Same with your knife and fork, or your spoon, whatever it is you're using. After you've finished eating, whatever boiling water is left in that, give it a bit of a wash. You've sanitized all your stuff. No cleaning required. Right, first aid kit. I am not going to really take a first aid kit apart from my stomach tablets. Core blimey, I need those. So stomach tablets, paracetamol, ibuprofen, plasters, nail clippers, tweezers. I'm on a bike. If there's an accident that requires a first aid kit more than plasters and paracetamol, then it's a hospital job, innit? So an ambulance will be required. So I am just taking basically what I need. Plasters for little cuts, tweezers for any splinters, nail clippers for any broken nails. You can use the nail clippers for pretty much all sorts, really. So a fly spray. That's a must, especially if you go into Scotland way on. Ticks and midges, they'll have you, they'll eat you alive. Deodorant, toothbrush, toothpaste, that sort of thing. Bin bags. Waterproofs. Swear by these, especially if you've got motorcycle jeans that aren't waterproof. These, the waterproofs from Go Outdoors, a couple of quid. They work better than my winter motorcycle gear. My winter motorcycle gear leaks. You generally get it in the gloves, and it runs down your elbow. Goes down the back of your neck. You get a bit of a wet back, but that's my winter gear, and that's designed for winter. Whereas my summer gear has all vents and is not watertight at all. So I bought some waterproofs just to bob over the top. They work better than my winter gear. I swear by these. Couple of quid, dry as a bone. Even if the temperature drops, they act as wind cheaters too, so they're really, really good. I recommend those. My bivy bag. Basically, this bad boy, it goes over your sleeping bag. Keeps the heat in, keeps the wet out. So even if something serious happens to my tent and whatnot, I can bob that on, and basically I'll still stay warm and dry. Yes, I also take a tarp with me. The tarp, I use it to go over the top of my tent where the door is, to make a little porch area for me to cook outside of my tent in a dry area, so that works well. I swear by the tarp. I don't have a proper camping tarp. I'm going to upgrade to one of those at some stage. I just have a normal tarp, cost me like £6. And to be honest, I have used that in a thunderstorm. The lightning was literally in the next field. I thought I was going to die. The heavens opened up, the rain came down, and it was like nothing I've ever seen. It was like apocalyptic. And I was sat there warm and dry, and the rain were coming off it like a river. But
it's just coming down.
fine, swear by that. Gaffer tape, it's a must. I'm going to take gaffer tape with me. 2 litre, 500ml. These require, I believe, 350ml of water. It's on there somewhere. Well, it goes up to this little mark there. So you fill it to that mark. It's about 350ml. So you need one of those. That will do you. One of them and a cup of coffee, with leaving a little water left over to swirl your cutlery after. Your coffees, I've got some Horlicks here, which I like. That's nice. It's just a sachet. Put that in a cup. Again, your boiling water just goes straight into boil on top of that. And I usually get 3-in-1 coffee. Usually get 3-in-1, like little sachets of coffee. Simple, really easy to do. All you're doing, again, boiling water. So that's that. Let's have a look. Right then, electronics. Electronics, comm system. I'm going to make sure that's charged before I go. That hooks up to my phone, so I can hear the sat nav and blast some music. Power bank, a must. If you are wild camping, don't have anywhere to plug your stuff in, get a power bank, charge your phone up a couple of times on that, and any pieces of equipment. If you've got a USB charger on your bike, which I have, if you go in long distance over the course of maybe a week or so, you get 6 days. Doesn't matter how long, really. When you're riding, if you're riding about 3 hours a day, plug your power bank into your USB charger, charge your power bank up, and when you get to where you go, and use your power bank to charge your phone and your torch and your bits and bobs. So every day you're topping up your power bank just by riding to where you're going. I'm also going to take my electric cable. My campsite I'm going to, I'm not wild camping. I've got an electric hookup, so I'm just going to charge all my kit on that. I'm taking the power bank anyway. Guy ropes, that's for my tarp. Bin bags, they're important to take. That bad boy is quite important to take. I was thinking about taking a claw hammer, just in case the ground's hard. Use the claw to get the pegs out of the ground. It's also handy to keep next to your sleeping bag if you're wild camping. I think that's pretty much everything. The only thing, oh yeah, first aid kit, toiletries. I think that's everything. Yeah. Oh, this here is my dry bag. That £11, I think, from Amazon. Hang on, let me move that out of the way. There you go. So 40 litres. 40 litre dry bag. Cost you £11. It's a good piece of kit. I put all my clothes in it, and I tested it by putting it in the shower for 10 minutes. Come back, everything was dry. It says that it won't work too well at keeping your stuff dry if it gets completely submerged in water. But if it's going to be attached to my bike, so if it does get submerged in water, having dry tighty whities is the least of my problems. To be honest, the biggest problem would be getting my bike out of the lake. That would be the issue. But yeah, no, it works. So basically, I put everything I need to keep dry in that. That then goes in that. I do not want my gas canister on the side of my bike, because if I do go down, I'll be sliding along the road while being on fire. That's not nice. Though it tore. I need something a little bit better than that, but that's just to attach it to my bike. I lost one of these on the A1. Ended up in the front of somebody's car. I don't think they seemed too happy. The pippin sort of gave that away. But I ended up having to stop at the service station and buy myself a little bit of string to reattach it to my bike, because it was doing a lot of flapping about in the wind. These are quite good. I have had to put a little bit of wood inside there to keep it from bending. It secures it when it's fully packed. It sort of all holds it all in place. Like I say, you need a bit of ingenuity. All of my electronics goes in my tank bag. I always take that with me as well for cleaning my helmet on the way. Always handy. Oh, camping cup on a carabiner, or carabiner. I forget how you pronounce that. That's quite clever. You just hook that onto the side of your bike. Yeah, but it's basically, it's not a lot of stuff. All of this stuff fits in to the rucksack. That sits on my luggage rack, and then tent will sit on the back seat. Then sleeping bag will sit on top of my tent. That we're not taking, so that can piss off. So it's not an excessive amount of stuff. Right, sorry for the weird cut. That is all of my camping kit packed. Barring my toothbrush, toothpaste, and charging plug. The charging plug can fit in my tank bag. Yeah, that's everything. One thing I did forget to mention was this piece of kit, which is worth a mention. It's a shield for your stand. If you are in a field or whatnot, it looks a bit grubby because it's well used. But you bob that down on the ground and put your stand on there, so your bike doesn't sink into the soil. Pretty clever. But yeah, no, all of it it isn't an excessive amount looking at it like that. It isn't. It all packs down rather well, to be fair. It did look like a lot, actually, thinking about it all spread out, but I don't think it's excessive at all. But the next time you see me, it will all be going on the bike. So we'll see how that works as we go. Yeah, so we're going to go to Norfolk. Plenty of stops, nice and chilled out ride. A lot of filming, a lot of photographs. But see you during the packing process then. You'll see. Hello. For those that know me, and for those that don't know me, hello. I've packed my bike. I've packed it up. 1 second, let me see if I can show you. It's all on the back there. I'm not setting off till tomorrow, but thought I'd give it a bit of a test run. See it all on the bike there, look. It's all on the bike. They're trying to get a decent angle, but yeah, it's all on the bike. I'm gonna take it off tomorrow before I go repack it, but that's pretty much a rough guide to how I'm gonna be having it. It's actually pretty solid, I'm not gonna lie. That is just held on by the netting. It's my sleeping bag, so that's quite light, that's not going anywhere. It's this, that's the heavy bit, that's the tent. That's as solid as a rock. It is, it looks like massive and bulky, but it really isn't. Let's see if I can... So it looks pretty big and bulky, but it really isn't. Right, it's me signing off for the moment. I will get back to you when we're setting off. See you for now. Okay, it's the morning of the trip. I'll be setting off in a little while. Bike's all ready to go. I'm all ready to go. I just have to say see you to the loved ones when they get back, and be out on the road. See you then.